Hello, it's Karen from the YMCA, and I am here to take you through Improve Your Balance class. I would like you to have a chair and some water in case you get thirsty, and we're going to work together on improving our balance. So, this is my Monday morning 8 a.m. class. I miss all of you greatly. We're going to work together this way until we can be back together again. So, to start out, I want you to give me a little forward walk and a little backward walk. If you've got your chair nearby, you can use your chair to limit your range of motion and take you forward and backward. You don't need a huge space to work on improving your balance. Things to think about all through class. Keep your chest up, keep your shoulders down, keep your belly tight. Remember the TH sound. If you go like you're saying think, thank, or thunk, that TH sound helps you to bring your transverse abdominals in and engage them. All right, now I'd like you to turn sideways to your chair and walk sideways. Again, you don't need a big range of motion. You don't need to be able to take a lot of steps. Belly button to your spine, chest up, shoulders down. Step, step. Knees are soft. And let's start thinking about the four corners on the bottoms of our feet. You're stepping to the side. I'm going to turn and face you because I really like being able to see you guys. I wish I could. So you're still going to be using your balance aid if you need it. If you don't, you can step away from it, but please, by all means, if you want a little extra support for your balance, do it. Hold on to it. Fingertips only, not white knuckles. All right. What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to stand on one leg. You can either face your chair or be sideways to your chair. You're going to make sure the leg that you're going to stand on is the one closest to the chair and is soft, soft knee. Tighten your thigh and your glute and your abdomen, and you bring the other leg up and out to the side with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. You're just bringing that leg out to the side. Try to keep your hips as level as you can. This knee is soft, and I want you to start thinking about the four corners on the bottom of the foot that you're standing on with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. The leg you're standing on is soft, and you're thinking about the four corners on the bottom of that foot. Are you rolling to the outside too, or the inside too? Are you spending more time on the front of your foot or the back of your foot? All right, now you're going to turn it around and do the other leg. Or you can move your chair. I'm going to move my chair so that we can still see each other. You're going to stand on the leg that is closest to the chair. Your hand is on that chair for balance. The leg you're standing on is going to be soft. Tighten your thigh and glute. Core is tight, chest is up, shoulders are down. You're going to bring your other leg out and in. So remember, your chest is up and your shoulders are down and your core is engaged. That's where I want you to get the leverage from to help you balance. You're feeling through the bottom of those four corners on the bottom of your foot. One corner on either side of the ball of your foot, one corner on either side of the heel of your foot. You've got your knee soft, so you're relying on your muscles and not your joints to hold you in place. Much better for your knee joint. Concentrating on balancing, but remember, I want the balance to come from here. The other leg is just going out and in at a pace that works for you. By shifting that leg out and in, you're shifting where your weight is sitting on your body, and you're challenging your balance. You've got your chair there to help you if you need it. All right, march those legs again. Okay, turn around again, or move your chair again. We will bring our leg out to the side. Now we're going to bring it to the front and the back. Front and back. So the leg you're standing on is going to have a soft knee, a tight thigh, and a tight glute. Your core will be tight. Your abdomen is pushed to your spine. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down and your belly is tight. As you bring that leg in front of you, you don't lean forward. As you bring that leg behind you, you don't lean forward. I'm going to demonstrate from the side, front and back. Your core is engaged, but you're not leaning forward and rounding that back as your leg comes forward, and you're not leaning forward and rounding up top as your leg goes back. You're staying as straight as you can. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. Front and back. Staying straight, keeping this engaged, balancing on the four corners of the bottom of the leg you're standing on. Good. All right, march those legs. Turn around or move your chair, whatever's going to work for you. You're going to stand on the other leg now. Soft knee, Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. Think about those four corners. Tighten your thigh and glute of the leg you're standing on. I'm going to move over just a bit. Remember, your torso is going to stay tall the whole time. That's the trick with this one. That's the hard part. If our bodies want to lean, we feel unstable on this leg, we're going to lean forward a little bit. And as we bring that leg in front of us with the tight hamstring, it may pull you down. You don't have to go too far in front of you. So again, the torso is tall. It looks like this from the side. You notice I lost my balance there, so what did I do? I put my foot down. I grabbed onto my chair a little more firmly. Core is engaged, chest is up, shoulders are down. Reaching in front of you and behind you with that leg. Challenging your balance on the other leg. I'm going to face you again. Bringing that leg just in front and behind from the hip joint. All right. Good job. Okay. Turn around again. Now what we're going to do is all you're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate from the side, is lift your leg up towards your buttock. We don't usually do this in class. I always have you move it from the hip. But we're going to work on strengthening that hamstring if we're not getting out and walking so much. So, soft knee, think about the four corners. This thigh is tight, your glute is tight, your core is tight, your chest is up, your shoulders are down. You're bringing that leg up from the knee, trying to kick yourself in the butt. In the butt. That's all we're doing right now. If you want, you can try to not set it down on the ground. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. You can try to balance the whole time and not put that foot down. But if you need to put that foot down, put the foot down. All right, we're going to get crazy now. You're going to bend it and then lift it back some from your glute. So bend it, lift it back, bring it back down, put it down. Bend it, lift it further, down and down. So you're bending from the knee, you're extending from the hip, and then you're going back down. Bend the knee, extend at the hip, bring it back and down. Bend, behind, back and down. Up, behind, neutral, down. Up, behind, neutral, down. Your core is engaged. Up, behind, neutral, down. One more. Up, behind, neutral, and down. All right. We're going to do the other leg now. So, I'll do it facing my chair. You can do that too. We're going to just bend that knee. So now I'm going to turn towards you so I can remind you to think about the four corners on the bottom of the foot of the leg you're standing on. Make sure that knee is soft. Thigh is tight. Glute is tight. Core is tight. Shoulders are down. Chest is elevated. So you're just bending at the knee. Use that hamstring. Bring your heel up towards your buttock. You don't have to touch your buttock. Lift your balance if you need it. Remember, you don't have to set that foot down. You can try to keep it up and just balance using your hands on the bottom of your foot that you're standing on. Torso tall, shoulders down, core engaged, belly button to your spine. Use those transverse abdominals. All right, now we're going to bring it up, back, in, down, up, back, forward, down. You're balancing on the other leg. Your knee is soft. You've got your chair in front of you. Lift, behind, back to neutral and down. Lift, behind, neutral and down. Lift, behind, neutral and down. Remember, abdomen is engaged. Think about those four corners on the bottom of the foot that you're standing on. Use that glute. Once that leg is up, use your glute to lift, lower back down. So it's hamstring, glute, glute, and hamstring down. Hamstring bends, glute contracts, glute releases, hamstring releases. Bend, back, in, and down. Give me one more. Bend, back, in, and down. March your legs. Okay, your back may have gotten tired doing that one. That's okay, because now we're going to stretch it out. So you're going to take your chair and sit on it now. So have a seat on your chair. And you can take one ankle and put it on the other thigh. That's going to stretch out that area of your glute that you may have felt tighten up. You're going to have your chest up tall, your shoulders down, your core engaged. We're stretching. I'll demonstrate from the side here. We are stretching this area here. You may feel it more in your back. You may feel it more in your hip. You may feel it down your leg. You may feel it in your knee. Your torso is tall. Your shoulders are down. If you cannot get your leg up here, and you think I'm crazy trying to do it, what you could do is put your other leg out straight and put your ankle on your shin. You may feel a stretch here. And then slowly but surely you move it up that leg until eventually you're able to get it up on top of your thigh. But don't worry about it if you can't. Breathe. If you can't sit with a straight back, that's okay. If your back has to round, don't worry about it. You sit with your back as straight as you can. I'm going to turn and face you again. For those of you who are more flexible, you might be able to push that leg down flat. Mine doesn't go flat. That's okay. Those of you who are more flexible, you might be able to lean forward and lie down on your leg. Not happening for me. This is what I can do, and that's going to be good enough. Whatever you can do is good enough for you. All right, hopefully things loosened up here a bit. Let's switch. You're going to take that leg, gently put it down on the ground. You're going to pick the other leg up and see where it goes. You'll notice I am much tighter here. My right leg gets lower than my left leg. It's what it is. I'm working on flexibility. I'm not having a whole lot of success. I am a tight constitution, and that's okay. I am who I am. Again, you're going to feel that stretch. Turn so you can see it from the side. You're going to feel that stretch somewhere in the vicinity of your glute or your low back, maybe down that leg, maybe in your knee. You want to sit as straight as you can. But again, if you can't sit straight and you're rounded, that's okay. You've got to listen to your body. Flexibility is an important part of balance, just like practicing balance is, just like building strength is. It's important to be flexible too, so we're working on it. And remember, if you can't get that leg up high, don't worry about it. Don't try to force it. Put it here, and then slowly but surely move it up until eventually you can get it up here. That may never happen for you. This leg's never going flat for me. It's okay. You're working on increasing your flexibility, and that's all we're looking for. And the reason I blab through all of this is so that you hold it for a while. We're just trying to relax into this position and stretch these muscles out. Okay, now you can put your leg down. You're going to take your other leg, put it out in front of you now. We're going to stretch the hamstring. So, you can't see the bottom of my shoe, but the bottom of my shoe is on the ground. Maybe I can do it to the side. Ah, yeah, look at that. Okay, so the bottom of my shoe is on the ground. I like to sit on the front of my chair so my chair isn't poking me in the push. You're stretching out the back of your thigh with this leg out straight. This is a hamstring stretch. You do want to try to sit as straight as you can and not round your back if you can help it, so that you're actually stretching your hamstring and not just your low back. And then you can gently come forward, and you want to think about coming forward from your hip with your back flat to get a little bit more of a stretch. I like flexing my foot, pulling my toe towards my head as opposed to pointing it, because I feel more of a stretch down in the tendons. Again, back as flat as you can hold it. Just hang there and stretch it out. Torso tall, shoulders down, feel it along the back of your thigh. Every step you take, you push off with these muscles. And so we want to work to stretch them out as we sit here, because after you walk and you sit down and you bend that leg and sit, they're in their shortest position. Okay, now we're going to do the other leg. Face again, toe comes up, sit up nice and tall, pull your toe towards your head, leg is straight, and then you can gently lean forward and stretch out that hamstring. I'm not going to have enough room to do it this way, so I'll face you this time. Again, your shoulders are down, your chest is up, and you can even keep your core engaged for this one, and that'll help protect your low back. I don't think you're going to hurt your low back on this one, even if it's rounded, but it's never a bad idea to keep that engaged when you're doing something so that you are protecting your back. Shoulders are down, chest is up. You can gently lean forward. Remember, pull those toes towards your head. And breathe. If you can reach down and touch your toes, fantastic, good for you. I can't. That's my body. Your body is your body, and you're doing what you can for you. Remember, we push off every step we take, and then when we sit and bend that leg, it's in its shortest position. So this stretch is a great stretch to do throughout the day, especially if you're spending a lot of time sitting and then your only exercise is walking. Great stretch to do. All right, another great stretch to do. We're going to be using our chair, but we're going to be standing up. So join me in standing up. What we're going to do, I'm going to turn my chair so that I can be sideways to use it, but you're going to basically hold on to your chair for balance. Face whatever direction you want, although it probably would help if you could see the camera or see the screen. Okay, I've got the camera, you've got the screen. You're going to take the leg that is on the outside of your chair, bring it behind you, and you're going to bring the other leg in front of you if you need to, and you're going to balance using your chair You've got your back heel up on your back leg. You're going to bend both knees and push your hips forward. So you're stretching this part. Then if you can bring your arm up, bend it behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your hand. You're getting a little bit of an upper body stretch too, a little bit through the shoulder and the abdomen. But the thing we're really shooting to stretch is the hip flexor here. So you're pushing that hip forward while both knees bend. This is another muscle that you use every step you take. Every step you take, lift up from your hip flexor. And when you sit, it is in its shortest position, just like the hamstring where you push off. This muscle you lift up with. So we really want to take some time to stretch that. Another stretch you can do regularly, do it several times a day. Stretch that hip flexor. And breathe. All right, let's do the other side. Come on up. I'm going to turn around. Okay, so one leg goes back, that heel comes up. You're going to bend both knees and push your hips forward. Bring that arm in if you'd like. Bend it behind your head, tuck your chin in. Stretching the front of the hip. If you can get a tricep stretch too, great. If not, don't worry about it. Not a problem if you can't. What we're really thinking about is pushing this hip forward to stretch out the front of the hip. Torso is tall, shoulders are down. If you stretch nothing else, stretching this muscle and the hamstring are great. If you get tired in your low back, that piriformis stretch is also a good one. Torso is tall. Push that hip forward. Hold on to your chair for balance. You might be thinking you should be doing a balance exercise, but when you're trying to stretch something, don't push it. Just hold on for balance. All right, come on up to standing. We get to use our chair again. So we stretch things out after they might have gotten tired. And now what we're going to do is do another strength exercise. So you're going to use your chair for this one. And you're basically just going to sit down and stand back up again. We're going to do chair squats. If your chair has arms, you can use those arms, or you can go get a chair with arms and use that chair to help you lower and raise up. You can also push off your thighs. If you don't need to do that, don't. That's fine. That's you. But if you do, because that's fine and that's you. All right. You're going to back up to your chair so that the back of your legs are touching your chair. Unless you're really trusting of your chair, then you can stand slightly in front of it. You're going to send your tush back, and I'll demonstrate this from the side too. And then you're going to sit down, and then you're going to stand back up. So let me demonstrate it from the side. We'll do it together. Okay. Torso is tall. You back up so that you're touching your chair, and if you feel comfortable, you can move a little bit forward. You're going to send your tush back, and you're going to sit down on the chair. What are we shooting for? We're trying to keep our knees behind our toes. I have very long femurs, so you notice I take up a lot of the chair, even if I'm in front of the chair slightly. In fact, I'm going to move my feet a little more forward. In order to get up, again, you can push off your arms, you can push off your thighs, and then you're going to stand back up. If you don't need your thighs, you don't have to use them. So the tush is going back. Demonstrating from the side, but I'm going to face you again because there's another important key here when we're doing our chair squats, and that is making sure your knees point straight ahead the whole time. So my knees are going to point straight ahead by evenly distributing my weight on those four corners. If you roll to the inside, your knees are going to come together. If you roll to the outside, your knees are going to go out. Neither of which is good for you. So think about those four corners on the bottom of your feet. One corner on either side of the ball of your foot, one corner on either side of the heel of your foot, and try to evenly distribute your weight on those four corners. Let's do some squats together now. As I was talking, you may have been continuing, but you may have also stopped and rested, which is totally fine. But now let's do them together. How many do you have to do? As many as you can with good form. What is good form? Knees pointing straight ahead. Tush going back. I'm okay if you have to push off your hands. I'm okay if you use the arms of your chair, as long as your knees aren't coming together or going apart and your tush goes back. If anything starts to hurt, like your knees or your hips or your back, then you're done. You're using good form, but you may get fatigued in an area and start using another part, or it may just hurt something, in which case you're fatigued. Good form is being able to do it pain-free. And some of us can't even do this pain-free. So if you can't do it pain-free, do as many as you can tolerate, and then maybe do some more later in the day. Because the more you're able to do of these, the more functional you are in life, the more capable you'll be to get up and down off of a chair, off of a couch, maybe a low couch, maybe the toilet, and you'll have that strength to maybe bend down and pick something up. So we're working on this one over and over again until you fatigue. You might be too tired. That's another way to fatigue. So fatigue could come from getting too tired, from having something start to hurt, or from starting to use the wrong form where your back is rounding and you're not able to keep that chest up as you go up and down. All right, let's have a seat again. Take a little break from those. Put your feet out in front of you and lift your toes up. Toe raises. Why are these important exercises for balance? Because the stronger you are here and the more able you are to lift up your toes, the less likely you are to trip over something. So hopefully while you're all sheltering in place, you have removed things that you could trip over in your homes. Throw rugs. They shouldn't be there, especially when you're stuck inside all the time now. And if you're not getting as much exercise as you usually do, please move those out of the way so that you don't trip over them. Same with cords. If you've got a light over here and the cord goes across the room, maybe you could find another way to plug it in. Maybe you could get an extension cord and push that cord up against the wall so that you don't trip over it. All right, if your shins are getting tired, great, you can stop. If they can keep going, that's great too. It means they're strong enough that you could just do this all day. This is something you could do while sitting and watching a TV, while sitting at your computer, while eating. Let's try the other one now, which is going to be heel raises. So you're just lifting those heels up. These muscles are much stronger. They're much bigger. It's much easier to do this exercise. The toe raises are harder, and they're even harder when you're standing. They're a little bit easier when you're seated, so you can practice them seated whenever you like. All right, now let's do the two together. Raise your toes up, raise your heels up. Toes, heels. Keep your torso tall, your shoulders down, your core engaged. Toes and heels. Good, gang. I wish I could see you, but we can pretend. Hopefully this one doesn't hurt. If it does, stop. You know my philosophy, no pain, no pain. That's what I want you to be in, no pain. All right, march those legs a little bit. And actually, let's march our legs, and you'll notice how much you use those hip flexors. Put your hands between your hip bone and your leg, and you'll feel lift, lift, lift. So you think about taking a step. Every step you take, you lift with those. So let's be done with that one, and let's stand back up and do some more exercises standing. So I want you to face your chair again. And we are going to do our toe raises standing. Soft knees while you do your toe raises. Toe raises are hard while you're standing, so they may not come as high as they did before. Don't lock your knees. Little bend in your knees. You're just lifting those toes up. Hold on to your balance aid. I don't really want to see anybody letting go, because if you lock your knees and you fall backward, that is not a fun situation. So just hold on and lift up those toes. Your knees are unlocked. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Your belly is tight. Your TH sound. Your core is engaged. All right, now let's change it. Let's push up on our toes. Using your calf muscles, this is probably easier. Remember, if any of these hurt, you don't have to do them. So people think they're strengthening their ankles, which you are when you're doing these exercises, but you're also strengthening the front and the back of your lower leg. And you'll probably be able to tell now this is the back. So let's do the front again. Let's do the toe raise, then the heel raise. Toe raise, heel raise. Toe raise, heel raise. Good. One more. Now we're going to do another stretch. I'm going to move my chair up a little so that I have enough room. We're going to stretch the lower leg now, the back of the lower leg. You're going to put that leg behind you and have it be straight. You're going to bend your front leg, and then you should feel a stretch in the top part of the calf of that back leg. Your shoulders are down. Your chest is up. You're stretching that calf. You don't have to hold on if you don't need to, but have your chair there just in case. You could also have your chair beside you, or you could use a wall beside you. So that's the first part of this stretch. Now the second part is going to be bending that leg slightly. So we're stretching a little deeper and a little lower down the back of our lower leg. You might feel it in your heel. You might feel it in your Achilles. You might feel it in your ankle a little bit more with that knee bent. That's great. All right, let's switch sides. So the other leg is back, it is straight. Your chest is up, roll your shoulders back and down. Your front leg bends. That back heel is down as best you can keep it. We're stretching the top part of the calf of the leg that is back. Torso tall, shoulders down. Now, bend that back leg slightly, keeping that heel down as best you can. Stretching out that calf. Stretching it out lower now, deeper, and maybe more towards the ankle or the shin or the heel. Not the shin. The ankle, the Achilles, or the heel. I don't know where shin came from. We're actually going to stretch the shin next. So come on up. All right. Turn sideways to your chair. You're going to stand on the leg that's closer to the chair. And then, excuse me, my watch is going off. Okay. You're going to put the top of your shoe on the ground in front of your other leg. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see I'm in front of my other leg. And then I'm going to bend my back leg, push forward. Now I'll show it from the front. To push forward so I'm stretching out the front of my front leg. Okay? My torso is tall, my shoulders are down, my core is engaged. Let me demonstrate from the side. So you bend slightly and you're stretching out the front of the shin of the leg that's in front. I'm not on the bottom of my shoe, I'm on the top of my shoe. And then I bend that knee and push my knee into my other leg. Stretch out the front of the shoe. That looks like it might be the best angle. If you can balance without holding on, that's fine, but I'd like for you to hold on at least a little bit so that you don't fall. Okay, now we're going to do the other leg. Well, I guess I will move my chair, but you don't have to move your chair as long as you feel stable. Okay, so you're going to take the other leg and put it in front. Remember, you're going to be on the top of the shoe, not on the bottom of the shoe, but on the top of your shoe. And then you're going to bend your back leg to stretch out the front of the shin, the front of the ankle of the leg that's in front. Turn slightly so you can see. My back leg pushes into my front leg. Again, I'm on the top of my shoe, not the bottom of my shoe. I'm stretching out the front of my shin and the front of my ankle. You may not be tight in these muscles, and that's fine. But if you are, it's a nice stretch. Okay, another way you could stretch your ankle out would be to put the top of your foot on the ground and then roll it around. Let me turn a little bit sideways so you can see that. Let's get out of the way. So I'm rolling my top of my foot around on the ground, stretching out all the parts of my ankle, and then you could go the other direction. And if you don't like that, it doesn't feel good to you, you don't have to do it. But for some of us, it's like, oh, that feels really good, especially if you have been walking a lot lately and not stretching. So turn sideways again. Top of your foot goes on the ground, and then you're just going to roll around the top of that shoe, moving that ankle around. Maybe if I pull up, can you see that? All around the ankle. You don't have to do it quickly. You can do it slowly, and then you can go the other direction. How scrawny my ankles are. Move that ankle around. All right, good. Okay, we've done some strength exercises, we've done some balance exercises, we've done some stretching exercises. We're going to do another strength exercise. We're going to do everybody's favorite, the lunge. 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. Your feet are going to be hip width apart, not so narrow that you line them up. Your back heel is going to be up, and you're going to bend both legs. You only need to do a range of motion that works for you. If you can go all the way to the floor, terrific. Do, because that's going to help you build strength. But if you can't, don't. I can do it much more easily with my left leg in front and my right leg back because it doesn't bother my left knee. But when my left leg is in back, I've got some tightness and it hurts my left knee to go down to the floor like my right knee is doing now. So I may not do it. We'll see how it feels. Remember, you want weight on your front leg, not just on your back leg. Your torso is tall. You're just going to do as many of these as you can, and then you're going to switch. So let's switch. Put the other leg back. Your back heel is up. I'll move up a little bit so you can see that leg. Back heel is up. Both knees are going to bend down and up. So today, I might be able to get to the floor. Once my chair's out of the way. Torso tall. You might be able to hear it click, click, and click. Weight on your front leg, not just your back leg, and not just your front leg, but make sure you have some weight there. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, Your belly is tight. This is a strength building exercise. You might be starting to sweat. That's okay, we're building strength. We're stretching that hip flexor. We're stretching the quad. One more if you can. And come on up. Good job. Okay, so let's do another strength exercise, but this one, although that one too was strength and balance, this one we're going to stand on the inside leg, the one closest to your chair. You're going to straighten and bend the other leg. So we're working on the quad, and we are also working on balance. All right. We are two-thirds of the way through class. We've done 30 minutes. We've got 15 to go. Your chest is up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. You're strengthening your quad. You're working on balance. All right, and let's switch legs. I'm going to switch my chair. I like to have the chair on the side where the leg that's up isn't. So you're standing on the leg closest to the chair because, let's get going. Straighten and bend this leg now. Because if I start to fall this way, I can put my foot down. If I start to fall this way, I've got the chair there. If my chair is over here and I start to fall this way, I can put I can hold on to my chair or put my leg down, but if I go the other way, I've got nothing to help me. So I like it when you have the chair on the side of the leg that you're standing on. You're strengthening that quad. Your leg doesn't have to be super high. It can be really close to the floor. That's okay. Whatever's best for you. Think about the four corners. Make sure this thigh and glute are tight. Make sure your core is tight. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Give me two more. Straighten and bend unless you've hit fatigue, in which case you should be done. March those legs. Good job. All right, so remember we did the back of the leg, we did the side of the leg, and we have now done the front of the leg. So we've hit all of those with balance. What I'd like you to do now is our close your eyes balance exercise. So you're going to put your chair behind you, and you are going to stand in front of your chair with the back of your chair close to you so that if you start to lose your balance, you can lean into it. And remember too, if you start to lose your balance, you can open your eyes. We're going to do this exercise with our eyes closed. I'm going to get my watch set so I can time us for 1 minute. You're going to cross your arms in front of you. Do not bring your shoulders up. Keep them down. Your arms don't need to be out here. They can be lying on your body. Feet are hip width apart to start, and we're going to balance for a minute with our eyes closed. So, soft knees. Think about those four corners. Tighten your belly. Push your chest up. Drop your shoulders down. Cross your arms if you'd like. Ready, get set, and close those eyes. I would like you to try to not be leaning on your chair unless you need to. You're working on balancing. You're working on figuring out where your body is in space without using your eyes. If you start to lose your balance, open your eyes or lean back into the chair and then reset, and then you can try again. If you find this exercise to be easy, then you can do some things like move your arms around and change where your weight distribution is and see if that can challenge your balance. You can also, with your eyes closed, turn your head from one side to the other side, or lift it up, or bring it down, or bring it down and turn it side to side, or lift it up and turn it side to side, and see where you can challenge your balance so that you are trying to be aware of where the earth is through the bottom of your feet and where the rest of you is in space. And we are done. Open your eyes. Good job. Okay, we're going to make it more challenging now. Bring your feet as close together as you can. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knees. We're going to close our eyes again so you can cross your arms, or you don't have to, whatever's best for you. And we're going to do this for a minute. Ready, get set, go. Close those eyes. So you can start out standing in place. Feel how it's different. Try to feel the bottoms of those feet. Feel those four corners. Where are you in space? How are you distributed on those four corners? Did your chest drop down? Bring it back up. Did your shoulders creep up? Push them back down. Do you need to move your arms around to add challenge? Do you need to open your eyes because you've lost your balance? You need to do what's best for you. So if you find it easy, you can move the arms around. If you find it hard, lean back or open your eyes. You could also try moving your head around. Turn to the left and the right. Lift your head up and down. Lift your head up and down and turn to the left and right. You challenge you. You could be moving your arms at the same time. Where are you in space? What does it feel like through your feet? How does the rest of your body feel? You're trying to understand where you are in space without the use of your eyes, and we are done with that one. Okay, the last one that we're going to do is with our legs wide. So bring your legs as wide as you comfortably can. Make sure your chair is still behind you so that you can use it for balance if you need to. Soft knees. Think of those four corners and close your eyes again. You can cross your arms in front of you. You don't have to. Make sure your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your core is engaged, that belly is tight. Does this feel easier or harder? Does it feel the same? We're just trying to work on understanding where we are in space. I'm not trying to make it harder or easier. I'm just trying to make you more aware of where you are. What does it feel like? Do you feel like you could fall forward and backward more easily? Do you feel like you're rolling side to side more? Just be aware of that and what's going on with how you feel through the bottom of your feet. Might feel like nothing. You could add in the arm movements. You could add in the head movements. You do what's best for you in challenging your balance. Make sure your knees stay soft. Sometimes when our legs are wide like this, we try to lock our knees. I don't want your knees locked. I want your core locked. Belly button to your spine, yes. Knees locked, no. And we are done. All right, bring those legs back in. Now you're going to turn sideways to your chair. How are we doing on time? All right, we're going to turn sideways to our chair. Put one foot in front and one foot behind. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, good. I got a warning on my computer. I was worried that it stopped recording. Okay, one foot in front, one foot behind. The front leg heel is touching the toes of the back leg, and we're going to close our eyes again. So bring your chest up, your shoulders down, engage your core, hold on to your chair, and close your eyes. Now, if you want to try letting go of your chair a little bit, that is just fine. But what I don't want you to do is fall. So I want you to think about those bottoms of those feet again. Getting that sensory input through those four corners of both feet. I know I tend to lean more on my back leg, so I'm going to put a little bit more weight on my front leg. You do what's best for you. How do you feel in space? Do you want to try shifting your weight a little bit? Do you want to try moving your outside arm a little bit? Your head a little bit. If you lose your balance, open your eyes, hold on to your chair, or move your leg or legs. We're working on balance. We're working on proprioception. That's awareness of your body in space. And we're trying to become more aware of where we are in space without the need of our eyes. Torso is tall, your shoulders are down. Try to not lean forward. Try to not lean back. Straight up and down. We are done. Don't turn around, just switch your feet. Put the other foot in front. The heel of the front foot is touching the toes of the back foot. Distribute your weight on all 8 corners. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Ready, get set, close your eyes. So once again, we are trying to understand where we are in space by learning through our feet, through our ankles and our knees and our hips. Your eyes are closed, so get that sensory input from your body. If you feel more weight on one foot, try to shift a little bit if you can to put weight on the other foot. You want to try to evenly distribute your weight between both feet. The chair, but try to pay attention to where you are in space. If you can bring just your fingertips to the chair or just lightly touch your chair, you'll find, ooh, much harder to balance if I'm not holding on. Is your chest up? Are your shoulders down? Is your belly tight? Breathe. Good. I can't really see you because my eyes are closed. You're almost done. And we are done. Good job. Open your eyes. All right. 2 more things I want to do today. I want to do our stop it exercise. How are we on time? Great. We have time. We're going to do the stop it exercise, and then we're going to do our Tai Chi resembling exercise. So you're going to stand on one leg. You've got your chair near you so you can grab it if you need to, but what we're going to concentrate on is lifting up a foot and saying stop it, and then doing it again, stop it, Go into the front, stop it. Go to the side, go to the back, stop it. Go in between the two, stop it. And you're working on yelling stop so that your body becomes aware of stopping if you start to trip and fall. You can even pretend you're starting to trip and fall and say stop. When you land, you can pretend you're tripping, stop, and stop yourself. Stop. Practice that stopping so that your body becomes stop, aware of what to do. Whoa, stop. In case you start to fall, stop. I hope you're yelling stop, stop. Maybe your neighbors can hear you go stop. They'll think someone's trying to break into your home, but you'll know, stop, that you're practicing stop, balancing. All right, let's do the other leg. I'm going to move my chair over because safety first. That way the chair is here. This leg can stop me going this way. My chair can stop me going this way. You can turn around. You don't have to face me anymore. Let's practice our stop. Stop. Remember, you bring that leg to stop like you're going to start to fall and you're going to stop. So pretend stop. Pretend you're tripping. Stop. And try it again. Stop. Whoa, stop. So I actually used it. Stop. I caught my foot on the carpet. Stop. And I was able to get myself to stop because I know to say stop. And my brain and body are working together so that I can stop myself if I start to fall. Stop. I can move up a little bit so that when I go backwards, stop. I can go farther back. Stop. I can come farther forward. You'll notice there's not a lot of room here. Stop. But I can do it. Stop. And practice my stopping. Stop. Stop. I hope you're doing the same thing. Stop. It might seem silly. Stop. But a number of you have told me stop. That because you practice stopping, your body got good stopping. And stopping. Stop. A couple more. Stop. 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 Good. Okay. And we can end with our Tai Chi. You're going to put your chair wherever you need it so that if you start to fall, you can grab it. A lot of you had the railing behind you that you could grab. Maybe you've got a wall behind you. This door is not going to stop me. My door moves. You can hear it bang a little bit here and there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start standing on two legs. We're going to reach one leg in front. We're going to bring our arms forward. Our back heel comes up. We're going to reach forward. If you start to lose your balance, make sure you have something nearby that you can grab onto if you need it. Then we're going to come back. Our back foot goes flat. Our front toes come up. We're going to come forward again, slow and easy. Shoulders stay down. Shifting your weight now to go back. Back knee bends. Front toes come up and come forward again. Remember, you can hold your chi. I'm not so good at that, and it actually hurts my shoulder, so I don't. But you do what's best for you. Shift that weight back. The slower you move, the harder it is. So go as slowly as you comfortably can. Keep those shoulders down. Again. All right, bring that leg in. My chair so that you can move your chair to a safe spot for you. We're going to bring the other leg forward. Here we go. Bring it forward. And come forward. And come back. Remember, when you come forward, your back heel comes up. When you come back, your front toes go up. Leg bends. Shift the weight forward. Not going to lock that back knee as you come back. Bend it. Elbows down, toes come up. Back leg is bent, front leg is straight. Slow and easy. Back. Go at a pace that works for you. We may not be in sync, and that is a-okay. Moving at a pace that works for you. Remember, your shoulders need to stay down. If they're creeping up, please bring them back down. Lose your balance, reset, start again. Doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be perfect. One more time. Slowly, how slow can you go? Can you keep those shoulders down? All right, bring those legs back together. Namaste. Bring your chin to your chest. Put your hands down. Stretch out the back of your neck. Breathe. Bring your chin towards one collarbone. Push your shoulders down. Come on back to the middle. Bring your chin to the other collarbone. Breathe. Back to the middle. Put your fingertips on your forehead. Push your head up. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much for joining me today to work on improving your balance. You can do this video over and over again, and I hope that you will, because then I get to see you more often. Thanks for joining me. Take care, and I hope to see you again at the Y soon.